Hello everyone, hi! How's your Saturday? I thought I'd just stop in and have a chat on this lovely Saturday afternoon and make a card. So I hope that whatever you're doing, you can grab a cuppa and join in and chat with me. I'm just going to turn my iPad on so I can see any comments. Hopefully it works today. Wasn't working too well last time. So say hi when you are joining in. You can see all my lovely cards back there. I've been busy creating. So say hello. Let's get this up here. And sorry for close up on my face. Takes a little while, doesn't it? Just turn that volume down. So say hello and tell me where you are from and what you've been doing today, because it's great that you can take some time and join in with me. So I have had fun with the new catalogue, all the catalogue products. It's been an exciting week with the release of the mini catalogue, which is now out. Yay! I should turn the angle. And celebration, lots happening, and the new mini machine and everything's been happening, but I've been having fun with all the products, and so I thought I'm going to use the new art gallery bundle. Hi Joe, nice to join in. That we just have a chat and craft today. So let's check in shortly. I'm still working these comments out. But, so yes, the new mini machine, who's got one so far? If you've a demonstrator, you've been able to have it for a few weeks now, which is really good. And I did a review video on that the other day. So if you saw my post on my Facebook group or you've seen it on YouTube, I just went through a few tips on that. I'll use that again today. The mini machine, because it's so easy to have it on your desk and just to be able to use. And yeah, I'm going to use, did I tell you I'm going to use the art gallery? Sometimes you forget what you've been saying. So I will flip the camera shortly. Remember that everything you see here, you can order from my store if you're in Australia. So but if you have a big wish list, it's always great value to join Stampin' Up and just join so many other crazy crafters and crazy people who share your passion, which is always really good. So Joe, are you going to get it? Because it's a great one to have. Hi Jackie, good to see you, thanks for joining. So we are going to flip the camera in a moment, and I'm going to get started creating, because that's what you're all here for, although it's really nice to chat. Hasn't it come out sunny this afternoon? As where we are. It's been raining all week, and it gets really grey and dismal and depressing when it's raining all the time. Hi Shefka, nice to see you. I need to watch my video, may help. Aha! Yeah, check it out, Joe, on YouTube, and see, there's just a few good tips to use in using it. It's just a little bit different to the other big shot machine we had, but I love it. It's so smooth when you crank it through, so it's good. It's really tricky when I face on. I have to hold the camera because my stand does a little bit of a lean, so bear with me, but that's okay. So I am now going to flip the camera for you so we can get creating. And if I don't see your comments, I don't mean to be rude, but I'll certainly check in shortly. So one moment please while I spin you around. Hope you are in line there. We might need a bit of a light on the situation to come on. It's actually working. And I'll bring the other light in too, which, so who's checked out the new catalogue yet? What is your favourite? I would love to know what your favourites are from the catalogue. Hey Leonie, nice to see you. We're having a little live chat here. Alright, so we're all set up. Hopefully you can see me and I don't get my big fat head in the way. So I'm going to make a card with the art gallery suite. I've made a few, so I'm going to show you a few samples of this when I have finished. So I hope you stay around to the end so you can see a few more things with it. And ask me. I know, it's good to chat, isn't it? All right, let's get started. I have already cut the cardstock. I am using the Poppy Parade card. And you know, I was thinking the other day, I only use red at Christmas time because I don't usually make Valentine's cards. But with this gorgeous art gallery paper, what is it? Fine Art Floral, get the right names. Sorry for that glare on there. With the Fine Art Floral paper, of course you've got to use the Poppy Parade colour. I love the richness of it, I will say that. So it's really good. All right, I'm just checking in the comments every now and then. So ask a question if you need to know something while we chat. All right, so the Fine Art Floral paper, I've already cut the white card too. Now what I'm also using is this new embossing folder. It's the Painted Texture 3D embossing folder. I've used it a number of times and man, I so love the texture that you get with this. Look at that light on my middle of the embossing folder, sorry about that. So what I'm going to do is emboss the white card with this folder, and you can see the great texture that you get when you emboss that. So I'm just going to run, this won't fit in the mini machine, so I'll just have to run and put that through on my standard one. So one moment please, chat amongst yourself. Check it out. Okay. Hey Jade, nice to see you. And Mary, hello, say hello. All right, so I'm using the Painted Texture embossing folder, and let's check this texture out. It's like you've got some plaster or something and done a little bit of texture, wiped it over a board. It's so much depth to it. So I'm really loving it. I've used this so much time all week. So we've got our white card. Now, we're also going to stamp this piece of white card. I have already cut it with the layering, one of the layering ovals, just to save a bit of time. I love the art gallery in that it's a two-step stamp set. So you have the solid image, and then you have some of the little detail that you can layer over it. Haha, nice. Yes, Leonie, I'm glad that you did have a check-in. Hi Denise. Lots of people. It's nice to see everyone on this Saturday afternoon. All right, so as I was saying with the two-step stamper, I really love it because you don't have to color anything if you don't want to, and these sentiments are just really simple, basic text sentiments that you would use quite often. So we are going to use this bunch of flowers here. So let's pull this off the sheets and stick it on a block. So I'm just going to stick it on there. I'm also going to use the Best Wishes stamp. So just pull that off. That's all I need from, I need to get the little detail, this one. this one here. You know, you're supposed to clean. Well, you can watch me. You can clean while you watch if you like. I should come and help you because it's always lots of fun cleaning, especially other people's craft rooms. It's amazing what you find. All right, so we are going to use Poppy Parade ink pad and ink this up on our little white oval that I have already die cut. Hey Linda, nice to see you too. It's nice to see everyone's comments today. I felt really sad last time because I missed everyone's comments because, you know, I'm still learning to drive this machine and work out what I'm doing here. So, hey, we're learning every time. All right, so we're just going to ink our little bunch of flowers on the Poppy Parade. So if you're new to stamping, what you just need to keep in mind is not to rock your stamp when you're inking it up. You just want to give it a tap. So it's a tap, tap, tap. And when you go to ink it on your card, it's a press. So just press firmly around to make sure the ink transfers. All right, that should be enough. So you get some nice detail, the flower image. Oh, you know what I did? Oh, I was meant to stamp it first in Floaty Flamingo. But you know, that's okay because we're flexible, aren't we? We can do this again. You just needed to see me stamp that in the Poppy Parade. One moment, I'm going to cut this out again and we're going to do it over. It doesn't matter. We all make mistakes as we're stamping. All right, one moment. I haven't forgot our Floaty Flamingo. That looks upside down. Oh, that's all right. Okay, we can save this to put on another project later. So I'm not going to be upset about wasting that. So I do need to clean this though. And just wipe that off here. This time we're going to stamp it in the Floaty Flamingo. You know, that lighting is really not the best, is it? Sorry about that, because I've got... let's move that. Oh, now I've made that worse, haven't I? Oh, well, you know. Okay. I know. I can do that onto another card, can't I? Oh, boy, you're getting seasick there. All right, this time I'm going to ink it up in the Floaty Flamingo. Once again, we're just going to tap it. Tap, tap, tap. And press that down onto our white oval. There we go. And then you want to get your red and do the smaller detail. That's where I went wrong because we needed to have the little detail. All right, so this is why it's two-step stamp. You've got the smaller stamp to build up your image. So just ink that up. And it's great because it's clear. You can see through that and line up where you go. This adds a lot more depth to your image and gives you that other extra highlight, I guess you could say. Right. Just by adding that red, you can just really see it pop. All right, we're just going to add a little bit more there. Now, when I was using this earlier through the week, I thought, oh, but what about these tiny little flowers that don't get any highlights? So what you can do is grab your Poppy Parade Stampin' Blends and I just use the fine tip and just colour in a little dot, and it just at the base of those flowers, so you get a little pop and a depth to that. And the same with that there. Makes a big difference. Now, I did do a little bit on the red, but oh, I could really mess that up, couldn't I? That's as far as I'll go there. All right, so what I also want to do now is stamp our sentiment, which I had a little petal pink piece. Don't know why I chose petal pink, just contrasts really nicely with the paper, our fine art floral paper. Right, so we're going to do our best wishes on that. Thanks, Jenny. Cheering me on, it's all good. All right, best wishes, you're going to stamp in black. Give that a bit of an ink up. All right. And just press that down onto your petal pink card. All right, now I'm going to cut that. I'll show you these floral gallery dies. These are the dies that go with the stamp set. And, all right, you have a couple of these dies. This is the one that if you wanted to die cut this out sometime, layer it up. You've got a couple of sentiment blocks, which I really like that. And that's for the larger flowers and the leaves. So what I'm going to use today is this tiny little sentiment. So we can move that out of the way. I'll move that out of the way too. And I'm going to die cut that out with this tiny little sentiment block. So, thanks Kayla. Hi, nice to see you. All right. We are going to use our little mini machine. Isn't it great? You can just stick it on there on your table to use. Pull down those sides and get our pieces. Now with our little mini one, you have the little plate. So you're going to, I know, isn't it great stuff? It's just, when you get all new stuff, it's always hard to know, what am I going to use first? I have to say I've used this one a lot this week. So you have the grey plates will emboss. So we're not going to use those right now. That's when you've got the narrow embossing folders. So get those out of the way. You want the plates. So just doesn't matter which one's top. And it's really cute, isn't it? And it's so easy to use. All right, just line up your little sentiment die over that and run that through. When I showed in my video, you want to make sure that you line this up well, but if you offset these at the end, I explained it a little bit more. If you want those offset a little bit, it'll grab better on the rollers. So just run that through. It picks up very easy and runs without any effort at all. How cool is it? Only need one pass through. And get that out of the way. Pull these out. You have your little best wishes, which is, this plate's cute. It's so cute. All right, now we've got all our pieces. I think now we need to put it together. Right, to you. I'm going to use the multi-purpose glue because I really like how you can just slide it if it's not quite lined up. So let's just run that around our white piece. Just, I'm going to wipe some of that off. All right, stick that on. See the depth of that texture? Oh, I just can't get over it. I really love it. Then you're going to stick your piece of the fine art. I always have to think of the name. The fine art floral piece. So just add your little glue on that. Now, let's see what the best way is. I think I'll do it that way. It's always tricky, isn't it? Although they look upside down. All right, we'll go with that way. Now, I haven't given you any measurements for the cards. It's a standard card size. This is Australian size. I usually make the next match, so the white will be about 4 millimeters less. And then the piece of designer series paper, I've made another little 4 millimeters in length. I think it's across, it's like 6 centimeters. So it's a good size. All right, for our piece of, our stamped piece, I wanted to use some of this fine art ribbon, which I have here. So if you haven't seen it, it's a coarse feeling ribbon, but it's really nice and very easy to tie. And it's got these little gold flecks through. It's really pretty. And I just wanted to have a little bit of a subtle piece, a ribbon over it. I really like adding texture. So I'm using the snail. I know it's retired now, but I'm trying to use up all my stock of snail refills. But if you've got the other type of glue, I'm trying to think of the name. Anyway, you know what I mean. Hi, Marion. Nice to see you. Oh, it's gorgeous. So gorgeous. I've used it so much. Think about which way you want to go. Now let's have a look. I'm going to put it underneath your card like that. So just cut off a length. And just add a bit of snail on the back so you can stick your ribbon onto. Loop that around. All right. You can always trim it up if you find it's too big. You can adjust it. But that's how I loop the ribbon on, makes it so much easier. Just adjust it. Check it out. What do you reckon? I think it needs to go a bit higher. It's always hard to tell exactly. What that do is pull it in a little bit more. And then you can just trim it. Now you want to give it a good angle on this when you cut the ribbon, because I find it does seem to fray a bit. So I'm just going to angle it there, give it a good angle cut, and the same with that one. All right, get that out of the way. Something like that. How's that looking? I reckon we can trim it up a bit more though. I think this is the most popular suite in the catalogue. So many people I've spoken to are loving this fine art floral suite, and no wonder, it's just so gorgeous. And that paper, I think it must be hand painted. Often a lot of the Stampin' Up papers are hand painted because they're just so beautiful. I'm going to trim away this ribbon till I've got nothing left. But you know, that's okay. All right, that'll do us. We're going to, oh, hi Peter, nice to join you. If you missed some of the video, I'm going to post it on my Facebook later, and you can always check back the replay. But it's nice that everyone's spending their Saturday afternoon with me. Have you been crafting today? Has anyone been making cards? Isn't it fun? And especially at these times, we can just lock ourselves away in our house and craft away our troubles. I know, Joe, they're hand painted from nature. Aren't they stunning? All right, I think we've got that happening now. I think I still put that paper on upside down, you know, but It doesn't matter too much. Right, now we're going to raise up your sentiment as well. I like to have that dimension, so lifting your sentiment instead of sticking it straight down, I think is good. So these dimensionals are great to do that. No crafting for me. Cleaning, Leonie. Sorting out the craft room, is that right? All right, so I am just going to stick that down there. Sometimes it's just playing around the position. I think nearly every card I make, I have to have bling on it. So I am using the champagne rhinestones, which matches quite well, I think. All right, so I think that will do us. What do you think? Thumbs up if you think it's all right. But I don't think you can go too far wrong. So we've used the fine art, the art gallery stamp set, the bundle. We are using the dies, which are really nice. Only it's a long-term thing with cleaning up, isn't it? All right. Making boxes, Denise. I saw those boxes on your Facebook with the Christmas cards. What a great idea. I think that's really good. Thanks, Denise. I love it. I think it's just a gorgeous suite when you've got the beautiful papers, and two-step stamps are so easy to use because you can just stamp using a lighter colour. Now, if I had gone with the Poppy Parade as your first colour, if I'd had stamped it off and made it that little bit lighter, it would have been okay. Or it'd be interesting to see so many different colour combinations of that. So just play around with it. I think it's really great. Let me show you a couple more that I've done. Thanks, Leo. I have used another different sheet of the fine art floral with the smoky slate, added some more of that fine art ribbon. And this time I showed you the dies. Let me bring that out again. I cut the whole, I stamped it first in the olive, and then I stamped it like we did again on scrap white in the pumpkin pie. I think I used, actually it was the terracotta tile, and I used the Poppy Parade. I love those color combinations together. And so what I then did is I just snipped it. I snipped off the leaf and trimmed that off. So I raised just the flowers. And I did the same on these little flowers I used. It must have been the pumpkin pie because I don't have the terracotta tile. But it's really pretty. So very simple thank you card. I think for my orders this month, I'll be sending out these little cute thank you cards to people. Then I've also made, this is the one I made in the video the other day, and I stamped the flower directly onto the paper. And I've used the petal pink for the solid flower and the flirty flamingo for those added highlights. And I love how you can just get that extra depth. So I did show a couple of tips in lining them up the other day. And these are the Stitched with Whimsy dies, which I really love, just to give you that funky edge on it. When I first cut it, I thought it actually cut the solid, so maybe it's just me. But you just cut your paper to size and it adds that impression, the stitched lines. So it's really fun too. So I played a lot with it. So if you love any of the products, if you need any, then please, you can shop in my store. But thanks for joining me, and I hope you get creating the rest of the weekend. So it's been a lot of fun. I'm going to save this to Facebook, so if you missed it the beginning, you can always go back to it. But have a great weekend, and it's really fun. If you want me to do more lives like this as we fudge our way through crafting, then let me know, because yeah, we're working ourselves out. But have a great day. I'm going to finish this now, but yeah, let's bring that card in so you can see that to finish off with. So thanks a lot, and we'll catch you soon. Bye.